have here is the sort of instrument I use for classical and a lot of romantic repertoire. So think Mozart, Haydn, Beethoven, and even Schumann, Berlioz or Brahms. It's sometimes called a natural horn. That's because it uses just the natural harmonics, but has no valves or keys to augment the harmonic series. And it's sometimes called a hand horn because we use a technique called hand technique to play it. You'll see that it has a lot less tubing than the modern French horn. In fact, it looks closer to the hunting horn, which is absolutely right because this instrument is a direct descendant of the hunting horn. Hunting horn was restricted to the notes of the harmonic series, which are the different notes are created by buzzing your lips faster or slower. So as I go up the harmonic series, my lips buzz faster and slower as I go down the series. In the early 18th century, when the horn first entered the orchestra, composers such as Bach, Handel and Vivaldi often wrote horn parts that exploited the harmonic series. So they used a lot of triads or would quite often use the high register where you could get the closest thing to a scale. Then, sometime in the early 18th century, horn players began experimenting with what happens when you put your hand into the bell of the instrument. Over the course of the 18th century, this technique was developed to such an extent that the instrument was considered almost fully chromatic. These metal loops, known as crooks, change the overall length and therefore the key of the instrument. So for example, this one is an E flat, whilst this shorter one here is an F. If you ever get the opportunity to see a period orchestra playing an opera, sneak down and see whether you can get a look of the horn, at the horn section in the pit, and you'll see that they have racks of crooks hanging off their music stands so that the horn players can play in all the different keys that are requested of them in the course of the opera.